by individual utility companies. In the north part of California, PG&E own and operate these two portions. You know, where we are, Edison, and down in San Diego, we have San Diego Gas Electric that own is an infrastructure. They operate it and maintain it, and they charge you for the cost.
Okay. And those are still regulated markets, transmission and
These
distribution?
two are regulated market by Public Utility Commission.
Okay.
So these prices, if it goes up, they have to get a permission from them.
Okay.
They can, utility companies cannot arbitrarily go and, you know, change.
Got it. Thank you.
Now, because of that deregulated market, there was another change. What happens when this happened, before we had one company called Southern California Edison. It was a utility on all these three. Now, the Southern California Edison changed their name, that Edison International. Now, this Edison International, if you look at the org chart, that would be something like that. Edison International. Then, underneath, they have 6 different companies. One of them is a regulated company called SCE. So, the companies that they were regulated entirely by California Public Utility Commission, now they are free enterprises. Only one division of their company is regulated by SCE. The rest of the division, they're doing business as usual. And they can do a lot of crazy things, including, like Edison, owning power generation in other states. They cannot own it in California, but they can own it in other states. So that's why Duke Energy is here, so SCE is in Texas. So that's the craziness that happens on the regulated market. Yes?
How is that logical? What's the point in saying you could own energy in Texas but not in your own state?
No, you cannot own everything in Texas. They can own this part in Texas.
Sure,
But these two parts owned by the Texas utility.
yeah, I just don't understand why they can own it in other states but not in the state that they operate in.
Well,
Because it creates
because-
competition.
Why?
Because once they deregulated the market, Edison's and others, they sold all their power plants. They got out of it because they wanted to get out of the control of, Public Utility Commission. They wanted to create the free enterprise, free market.
The idea is that no single entity owns from the production all the way to distribution. That means if such a company exists, that means they can control the prices, they can control, who gets it, when you get it, so that's the idea. Whether it's working or not, that's a different story. But the idea is that no single person owns from top to bottom.
Okay, so would
there
Edison
will be
International, would they be allowed to buy into California's generation if they wanted to, or is that something?
No, in California they cannot do it because then they go back to the monopoly. The whole concept was to get rid of the monopoly, as Dr. Toossi mentioned, that somebody owned all the way from the production to distribution. They wanted to get rid of that. That's why the only exception, Edison still owns Sanofi Power Plant, which is a nuclear power plant. And there's a reason for that. And when they build it, they issue bond to get money. So they are responsible to pay that bond. That's why they still own it and operate it of that nuclear power plant. That's only exception.
Who owns the solar in Nevada?
Solar is different. Renewable energy, one of the things that Edison International did called Sun Edison. They're a solar or renewable energy company. As a renewable energy company, they sell that power, I will tell you to sell it. They don't sell it through the system. they sell it to the wholesale market people. We're going to get to that. Now, California market, actually that's what we're going to get into it. After deregulation, before deregulation, what happened was every one of these companies, they had their own dispatchers. The dispatcher will look at their power generation, they look at how much they have in their line, and who are their customers, and control that flow of power. If they had a shortage, like one of their power plant was down for whatever reason, then because the grid, we're all connected, they would purchase that power from somebody else and still satisfy their customer. It was a job of that individual dispatcher for Edison, for PG&E, or for this guy. Now that market is deregulated, they don't have dispatchers anymore. Now we have three new entities. One called Power Exchange, or PX for short. Power Exchange are a group of people that on an hourly basis estimate how much power state of California at any given time needs. And they buy that power from everywhere, from all the power plant in California, from Arizona, from North parts, we call bonded power, from, even these days we buy it from Mexico. We buy power all the way from Wyoming, Utah, Nevada. We buy power from Arizona, lots of it. And this is the work of a power exchange committee. Their job is to just find the cheapest power in the market and buy it. And then sell it to these guys. Then the dispatcher is that one person or one organization for each entity is gone. Now it's replaced what we call independent system operator, ISO. Here in California, we call it Cal ISO, California Independent System Operator. Their job is to get that power, monitor the transmission line, and send it to the grid. Then, utility companies monitor their own distribution and distribute the power throughout the city and to their customers. So that's what happened. Now, we have power exchange and independent system, operator. Now, from all of this, there is another issue that is mind-boggling that nobody touched, and that is called municipalities. That's municipal utility. Municipalities are the utility companies owned by either a city or county. Okay? Here in Southern California, one of the largest municipalities in the nation called LADWP, stands for Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. They have their own territory, and that is the city of Los Angeles. So Edison is all over, but not in the city of Los Angeles. Everyone who lives in the city of Los Angeles can get their power from them. In Northern California, in Sacramento, there is an organization or municipality called SMART. Sacramento Municipal Utility Department. Now, this is for LA, this is for Sacramento, then we have Anaheim, Yeah, Riverside,